The Revenant, or let's watch Leonardo DiCaprio killing himself for 2.5 hours, is directed by Alejandro Inarritu and stars Leo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy and Donald Gleason. DiCaprio is Hugh Glass, a scout working alongside his half-Indian son as part of a fur trading company who are on an expedition for pelts. Following a bear attack, Glass's son is murdered and he is left for dead by Fitzgerald, played by Tom Hardy. What follows, essentially, is an incredibly intense story of survival and revenge. Now, there are 3 main elements in this film, for me, that really warrant discussion. The first 2 of which are the performances by DiCaprio and by Tom Hardy. DiCaprio is fantastic in this film. Even when he isn't able to move, following the bear attack when he is confined to a stretcher, his face and especially his eyes show all the emotions that he is going through, show everything that is going on in his mind. It is frankly incredibly impressive and incredibly good acting. Once he is back up on his feet, as it were, he is believable as this one man against the world, suffering through everything it can throw at him. And when I say suffering, I mean suffering. There are a lot of stories about how arduous the shoot for this film was, and frankly you can believe it, because you can feel it. It's tangible through both the direction and through the performances of our actors. Tom Hardy is also fantastic. He brings a lot more depth to Fitzgerald than may have otherwise been there. For a character who could have been potentially quite two-dimensional as our bad guy of the piece, thanks to some very good writing and, more importantly, some fantastic acting from Hardy, you can actually see where he is coming from. He is made into a fully fleshed out 3-dimensional character. He obviously goes to extremes in his actions, but you can see where he is coming from, and you can see what is going on in his mind. He is given some backstory, especially that explains his actions. And combine that writing with an excellent performance by Tom Hardy, you really do have a winner in that character. And it was refreshing to see the bad guy of our piece given some genuine depth. The third element that I think really needs to be discussed is the direction and the camera work in this film. I love Alejandro Inarritu's direction. I love his use of close-ups. We saw a lot of it in Birdman, and he uses it to really great effect again here. But this time it is mixed with some absolutely fantastic long range and panning shots, which really show the absolute stunning beauty but also incredible severity of the environment that the film is based in. I think his direction, combined with some genuinely fantastic camera work, make this a truly beautiful film at times. Even though I have, however, just given him a lot of credit for that direction, it is also in part my only main gripe with the film. He uses a lot of dream sequences and flashbacks in the film, and to be honest, for me, they don't always work. He uses them too frequently, for one thing, and for the second thing, they at times are genuinely quite bizarre. They are very obviously and heavily influenced by Terrence Malick and are very Tree of Life-y at times, and at times they really did sort of take you out of things and sort of they took me out of the film in a film where I should have been completely engrossed and really connected to the struggle of Glass throughout. And instead, just a couple of them, the really sort of more bizarre dreamlike sequences, they actually took me out of it a little bit too much, and I was disappointed by that. However, given that that is the case, this is still a fantastic film. You have a director at the height of his powers two lead performances which are absolutely superb, and camera work, just everything combined here. Your direction, your camera work, apart from a couple of missteps in the direction, and your two lead performances. This is filmmaking done by masters. It's as simple as that, and this is a great film because of that.